Alright, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, and did you know scientists still aren't that sure why we dream? It's just kinda something stupid our brain does while we're comatose for 8 hours. But over the years, I've made some videos talking about, like, weird dreams I've had and whatnot, and I just thought you guys would appreciate all those in one video. So, the original videos will be back tomorrow. Just figured I'd bring you guys a little compilation today. Sit back, relax, and enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. I know I am. And if you could press the like button, I'd appreciate it, because my body decided to get the flu, but I'm struggling through to record this so that way I don't miss an upload. So if you could press the like button, I'd appreciate it. I'm not gonna lie, okay, I've got the flu. I don't feel too good, so today, instead of a story, I'm probably just gonna rant about something that I find cool for like the next 10 minutes. So yeah, today we're gonna be talking about dreams and how weird that is. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. If you do, let me know in the comment section down below if I should do more of these. This is probably gonna flop because the channel's been doing bad lately, but YOLO, let's talk about dreams. I think the weirdest things about dreams, for me at least, is the fact that everybody dreams in a different style, alright? Like, I think that's what's the weirdest thing. I know some people that have dreams that are super realistic. It's literally not even a vacation, you know? Like, dreams aren't exciting to them. Oh, I had a dream that I went to FedEx and shipped a package to my grandma. Which, I mean, that's cool, that's alright and all, but look, if I'm gonna have a period where I'm knocked out for 8 hours and my brain can do anything, I'd rather my brain be at least a little bit creative, okay? Like, I'm just saying, for you people out there watching this that are normal dreamers and just dream about normal stuff, I'm not saying that you're a bad person, alright? That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that your dreams are lame. Now, this next style of dreamer is where things get, like, a little out there for me and where I lose it. And that's the people that dreams are a little bit too unrealistic, alright? I like my dreams like I like my movies, okay? I want something cool, but I don't want them to be too out there, alright? Like, people who have come to me before and been like, yo, I had the craziest dream last night, ha, your nose was a clock, and every time the clock would strike 12, we were teleported to Narnia, where we had to fight the Wicked Witch of the West with baguettes. Like, that dream's too lol XD random funny for me, okay? If I can't keep up with the dream, then I just don't understand what's going on. If I wake up the next morning and feel like if I told anyone what I dreamt about, they would think that I was on some substances, I feel like it's just like too wild of a dream. But thankfully, and maybe I'm just biased, alright? I have the types of dreams that I really enjoy, okay? And that's where it's cool. Something's different, alright? Something about your life is more exciting, but it still feels realistic enough to be real. Like, for the period of a month, I had a recurring dream that I was Iron Man, alright? And that's kind of unrealistic, but the rest of the world was still pretty real. My parents were still there, all my friends were still there. I just happened to be Iron Man, and that was dope, alright? My arm wasn't made of French bread or anything, but it was just a nice time. So I think that's the best type of dream, alright? The dream that's kind of realistic, dude. But one thing that always freaks me out before I fall asleep, regardless of if I think I'm gonna have the best dream where I get to be Iron Man every night for 2 months, is the idea of freaking sleep paralysis, dude. I do not know what evil part of our evolution led to us developing the need to have night terrors or, you know, sleep paralysis. But whatever it was, it's cursed, and I think that we need to get rid of it, dude. I thankfully, knock on wood, have never had sleep paralysis, but I've heard stories from people that has, and that's just a big nope from me, dog. For those of you that don't know what sleep paralysis is, basically, you'll wake up in the middle of the night, alright? You can open your eyes, you can look around your room, but you can't move. And it's also during the state of sleep where your brain is, you know, kind of being hyperactive and supposed to be dreaming. So oftentimes you'll be looking around your room, hallucinating that things are going on in your room. But what's weird is a bunch of people who have had sleep paralysis have come together and talked about how basically they see shadow people watching them, or, you know, demons coming out from under the bed and messing with them. And this is like thousands and thousands of people agreeing that that's what you see when sleep paralysis happens, alright? And I'm counting it as a dream because, like, obviously it's a hallucination, alright? Like, yes, there's obviously no chance really that this sleep demon that came out from under your bed is gonna rip you open, alright? But all I'm saying, I just hit my mic on accident, that's embarrassing, is that that your brain really does not always have your best interests at heart, bro. Like, your brain, for some reason, has developed this thing over thousands of years of evolving, where you basically wake up, can't move your body, and have to watch a demon stand over you for 30 minutes and just, like, watch it ominously threaten you, dude. The human brain just makes no sense. One night you can dream about waffles in the shape of Mickey Mouse becoming gold and then you becoming a billionaire or being Iron Man, dude. The next night you can dream about your girlfriend cheating on you. But for some reason, you mess up, you eat too many cabbages during the day? Nah, you're gonna fall asleep and wake up to a demon trying to make out with you. Every night before I go to bed, dude, I'm like, okay, I really hope I don't get sleep paralysis. And it's gotten even worse since a couple of my friends have started getting it, dude. Like, Benji will FaceTime me and be like, yo, dude, I just had sleep paralysis and saw a demon. I don't want to hear that from people I know, okay? Because it's easy for me to pretend it doesn't exist if all I see sleep paralysis on is Reddit, and I can be like, they're all making it up. But when someone you trust starts having it, that's when you realize it's real, man. And I'm really not trying to meet my sleep paralysis demon, okay? I don't sleep very well as it is, so please stay away from me. Speaking of demons that come to you in your sleep, though, does anyone remember from a couple years ago that, like, thing that went around the internet of this man where it was basically the picture of the dude that literally everyone sees when they sleep? I'm gonna put a picture of it on screen, but I guess, apparently this dude is something that, like, 2,000 people have seen in their dreams that keep them awake and have, like, sleeping disorders or whatever. And I guess this man who appears in everybody's dream has all these different scenarios. Like, sometimes they're in love with him, sometimes he's trying to kill him, like, but the entire population, apparently, of people with sleep issues just see this dude chilling in their subconscious like that's perfectly normal, all right? This hairy eyebrowed man is just chilling with you every time you fall asleep. That's gonna be a no from me. But what is going on in everybody's head where apparently we're looking at this unibrowed man existing? Like, what is this, dude? I just don't understand. And this is people from multiple countries across the world. I guess this dude is just the generic face for sleep demon for some reason. I personally have never seen this man in my dreams, thank goodness. I usually don't dream about men, surprisingly, no homo. Now, this sounds crazy, but, like, I secretly kind of hope that our dreams are all interconnected and it's basically just us looking into a different dimension, all right? I know that's super sci-fi, but, like, tell me you've never had a crazy experience where all of you guys have a similar dream, There's been a couple times in my life where I've had a dream and I'll tell my friends about it and they'll be like, oh my god, I had the same dream last night too. And that makes me think that there has to be some weird way where, like, somehow it's connected, okay? Now, is that theory realistic? Probably not. All right, I'm kind of sounding like a crazy person. Maybe the dude in my brain is paralyzing me and making me say stupid things on the internet. I'm just saying it would be really dope if you and the boys were secretly linked by, like, some brain network and you guys would dream together and be able to go on super dope adventures where you, like, saved Narnia. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm saying. It'd be the ultimate Xbox Live party. That's it. That's what. All I'm saying is it would be really cool if somehow our dreams could, like, connect and link up and we could do dreams together. Plus, I feel like there has to be a little bit more to dreams because deja vu is something that I don't get either. I don't get deja vu often, all right? Like, I'm not one of these people that's gonna sit here, go on Instagram. I can tell the future. I get deja vu so often that I'm pretty sure I'm clairvoyant and can see to 1987. Like, I can't do that, bro. But there's definitely, like, once or twice a year where I will dream of something like 3 months ago and it'll happen 3 months later. That feeling is just bizarre. It makes me wonder, like, is there something to that? I don't know. It could just be that you dream a lot and every now and then you get lucky. That's why it only happens once or twice a year. That probably makes the most sense. But we're ranting. We're just talking about dreams today, so we're gonna pretend that, somehow it's the future, okay? Whenever the deja vu feeling does happen, though, I always feel like, I'm some expert, like, I feel like my third eye is opened and I can see through space and time for 5 seconds, and then I realize how dumb that sounds, but, I don't know. The mind is just a weird thing, dude. And I also am very unnerved by the fact that scientists don't know why we dream. Like, every single person does this thing every night. And most things, scientists understand. Oh, why does your heart beat all the time? Well, you got to get blood around your body. And you're like, oh, okay, makes sense. My body needs blood going to survive. That's important. That's something that's important. Oh, my brain needs to function. It does less at night so it can get a little bit of a break, but my brain is in control of my body. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Why do we dream, though? Like, why do we hallucinate at night and come up with scenarios that aren't real? Well, I don't know. We don't have an answer to that question. Guess we're all just a little bit psychopathic. Why do people dream differently? Hey, don't know. Don't even know why we dream. Like, what is the point, dude? I mean, I feel like most things make sense from a survival perspective. Like, oh, why do humans need water? Well, we need it to survive. That makes sense. But, like, dreaming doesn't really help us much. I've never come out of a dream and gone, dang, I sure am glad that I helped defuse a bomb and save Big Ben. I learned a lot from that. My life's gonna change. Like 9 times out of 10, when you wake up from your dream, nothing changes. So I guess it just doesn't really serve a purpose. Like, I don't understand why we dream. And the fact that scientists don't even have an idea, they just like all agree to just not agree on it, doesn't make sense, because scientists are always arguing about everything, bro. Like, scientists are always fighting with each other. And about a month ago, I made a video called Dreams, where I just kind of talked about dreams and how weird they are. And you guys really liked it. And in the spirit of being locked inside and having to take a lot of naps to make up for the fact that the world is shut down, I've been having a lot more dreams. So I figured I would do another one, talk about some more stuff that I didn't talk about in the last video. And then I had a weird dream last night about me being on a cruise ship fighting a giant shark, which is why the thumbnail is what it is. So we're gonna hit it all, but yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Dreams are obviously a little bit bizarre for one super cool reason. It's an alternate reality that your brain just invents because you're sleeping. Like, your brain gets so bored of your normal thoughts when you're comatose, it starts just putting you on cruise ship fighting Jaws instead of anything else. And dreams are cool, but like I said in the video I made a little bit ago about dreams, scientists don't really know why we dream. Nobody really gets it. Something that all of humanity does every single night, we just don't get, which is kind of terrifying. I think not knowing things is one of the scariest things as a human. Like, the ocean in and of itself isn't very scary. Oh, there's a lot of water and fish. And then you start hearing that we've only explored 12% of the ocean, and for all we know, the Aquaman is down there fighting a war between Atlantis and whatever bad guys are spooking down there in the bottom of the ocean. Not understanding things is scary, and not understanding why humans just decide to create an alternate reality in their mind every night is something that I've always been curious about. A couple of you guys in the comments of the last video wanted me to talk about this idea that dreams like tell the future, and I really hope that's not the case, because I feel like a lot of people do not have dreams that make any sense. Every now and then I have dreams that are relatively realistic. Like, I'm not always a super crazy dreamer. Something could happen, I guess. But if my dreams are telling the future, then a lot of stuff is gonna have to change. Like I said, my dream I had last night is me fighting Jaws on a cruise ship. So unless somehow this virus leads to people dumping growth hormones in the shark habitat at an aquarium, and then it somehow gets loose and starts attacking cruise ships, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be okay, and I hope my dream is not telling the future there. One story that I think is weird is, you know, the theory that we live in a simulation, that everything is just like some computer network and we're just a really complicated game of The Sims. That technically we can't unprove, and I'm not a scientist or anything, but I've watched a couple YouTube videos. I'm pretty sure that makes me an expert. And if we are a simulation, dreams could really just be the person who's playing us in the simulation loading up a new save. I mean, think about it. Maybe he gets tired of role-playing the YouTuber who constantly is addicted to a dead game like Overwatch, and instead wants to be the hero saving the cruise ship from sharks. So he just logs off his boring save and logs into a different one. And that's why all humans dream. Whoever's playing you in the simulation, the computer network that we're all a part of, low-key just wants to spice it up every now and then. And if you have boring dreams, like, you know, most people do, and you just dream about work, but instead of doing accounting, you now work in economics, then the person that's playing you is just kind of boring. That's all it is. Like, if you have boring dreams, the person playing you in the simulation definitely is the type of dude to like eat a mayonnaise sandwich. No offense, it's nothing personal to you, it's just the reality of the situation. Obviously, if you have boring dreams, it doesn't necessarily mean you're being played by a boring person in a video game. But hey, at least it's some type of explanation. We might be in a video game, we might be in virtual reality. I don't want to believe that some South Korean boy is hacking Play Me in a simulation, but that just might be the case. Pyongyang might be controlling me right now in South Korea. Whatever really causes dreams, if it's a computer simulation, if it's just us being bizarre, I just really want to know what makes me have certain dreams on certain nights. Like, some days I'll just go to bed and my brain is just chilling. It's, you know, a normal Tuesday. I dream that I'm playing video games or something with the boys, a pretty standard situation. The next night, for whatever reason, my brain's like, last night we were playing Overwatch, tonight we're boxing Jesus, let's go, WWE SmackDown. I just want to know what in your brain sets you off to like have a bad dream too. Why is it that sometime your brain is like, look, you really need a solid dose of fear right now, so I'm gonna make you think you are single-handedly responsible for the deaths of 13,000 people. It's not real, but we want to make you pretend that it is and make you feel all the real feelings until you wake up and realize it was fake. Like, if you have nightmares constantly, your brain is low-key kinky. It likes making you feel pain, because you wake up from a nightmare and you low-key do be scared sometimes. I remember one time I woke up from a nightmare that somebody was in my house, so I started, like, army crawling on the floor through every room to try to make sure there was no robbers. There wasn't, but I did get a solid core workout that night. But, yeah, like I did last time, though, go ahead and leave a comment down below of why you guys think that we have dreams. And also, I know this is literally in the middle of the video, but I'm about to tell the story about me fighting Jaws the shark. So you're more than welcome to like click off now if you just wanted to hear my rambling about dreams. But I am gonna be doing conspiracy videos. I know I promised that a while ago, and you guys are probably like, oh, Ryan, you suck, I hate you. But to be honest, they're just a lot of work to make like a 15-minute video about conspiracies. So I think I'm gonna do them over on my TikTok, which is @Scrubby with 2 S's at the start, because somebody is scuffed and took just Scrubby. And to whoever has that, not cool. But I think I'm gonna start uploading like conspiracy TikToks, a minute about a conspiracy theory, and if they do really well, then I definitely will find time to make videos. But if you like stuff like this where I'm just gonna rant and ramble about stuff that's happened or stuff that I think, then go check that out. If not, no pressure though, and now let's get into me fighting a shark. Alright, let's get into this stupid dream. So there I was. I woke up, or I didn't wake up. I woke up in my dream. That's a conundrum to say in and of itself. So I wake up and I know that I'm dreaming, but I don't know that I'm dreaming. Do you guys know what I mean? Like, it feels real at the time, but in retrospect, I obviously knew I was dreaming. But I wake up in this like hotel room, and I'm looking around and there's another bed with my brother in it, and then above me is like a bunk bed, and my friend Dark Dom, who's a YouTuber, is on that bunk. And I'm looking around this room and I'm like, all right, this is cool, I guess. I didn't know that I went to a hotel, but this is new. And then I realized that the entire room is rocking. So like, I go out to the window and I look and there's just ocean. So I figured that we're on a cruise ship, which is weird considering all cruise ships definitely should not be operating right now. Nothing like getting close to thousands of people who might be carrying any multitude of diseases for a week during a global pandemic, am I right? But my brain for some reason really wanted me to get tropical. So I wake up my brother and Dom and I'm like, guys, how did we get on this cruise? And my friend Dom is like, oh, you idiot, we've been on this cruise for a week. What do you mean? So I just figure that I've got amnesia at this point in my dream, and whatever, we're just gonna keep rocking and rolling and doing whatever we gotta do. So everybody gets up and we go to eat breakfast. And we're like eating breakfast, and I'm looking out the window, and I wrote this all down, by the way, as soon as I woke up, because that's what you gotta do. If you really want to know how weird your dreams are, you gotta write them down right when you wake up. Otherwise, you're gonna forget 90% of the good details. Anyways, I'm eating breakfast with the boys. We got the view of the ocean. It's a pretty nice life, I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling like I'm living in one of those travel vlogs where like the music starts playing and they're like, oh, yeah, you might wonder how I got here. I'm rich because my dad gives me a lot of money to drop out of college, or whatever their story is. But anyways, I'm feeling like I'm in a travel vlog. I'm vibing, and all of a sudden, Dark Dom points out at the ocean and goes, oh my god, look, a shark. And I'm like, huh? And I look, and there is a shark at least the size of like 5 cruise ships swimming at us with the speed of, I don't know, what's something that's fast? Apparently not my brain. So I start freaking out, and everybody else on this boat just doesn't react at all. They act like it's perfectly normal to be charged by a shark the size of a small island. So it's coming at us. I'm like, what do we do? What do we do? And my brother and Dom are like, we get to the battle stations. I'm like, battle stations? So we go to the side of this cruise ship, and I'm not even kidding you. There's like gun turrets everywhere, but instead of a chain gun or something that could actually stop a giant shark, there's like Nerf pistols, like the 6-shooter Nerf pistols, the Maverick. And everybody just picks up the Nerf guns and starts loading them. And I'm like, guys, that's a giant shark. The Nerf guns aren't gonna hurt. And they look at me and don't say anything and just look back and start loading their Nerf guns. So this giant shark is coming at us and everybody's just apparently gonna Nerf gun it. I don't know how that's gonna help. So I start running around the cruise ship like trying to figure out a solution to prevent us from getting eaten by a giant shark, because I'm personally not trying to sleep with Davy Jones. He has squids in his beard, and I know some of you guys got some weird searches on certain websites where squids are getting put in people, and I don't want to be on that website. I'm trying to get out of here, so I'm trying to avoid the giant shark, and everybody else is just like chilling with their Nerf guns, getting ready to fight Jaws. So I'm running around the cruise ship, and I finally look back, and the shark is like maybe a football field away now. So I just kind of accept that this is the end. I'm about to get wrecked. And the shark like jumps out of the water, and almost like something out of Shark Week, those slow motion shots, just comes at the cruise ship, and I'm like, oh no, here we go. But then the weirdest thing starts happening. People start shooting their Nerf guns at it, and like the Nerf bullets push it back. Like it's like pushing the shark back. And so everybody just keeps shooting it with Nerf bullets. And so I pick up a Nerf gun and I start shooting the shark. And I'm like, wow, this is weird that apparently Nerf guns in this world are like big enough to damage a shark and push it back 900 feet. This shark weighed at least an Empire State Building. And apparently Nerf bullets are just ruining this thing's day. Oh, you know me. I'm not afraid of anything in the ocean. I eat Shamu for a light snack, but Nerf bullets, nope, nope. And then I woke up and I realized that I needed to make a video about dreams again, because I don't understand my brain. Apparently, all cruise ships need to be safe from pirates and giant sharks is a Nerf army big enough to make every 12-year-old in the country diabetically drool. That's not really relevant to the video, but I just think it's funny that we're out here on like a broken folding table hoping my computer doesn't fall to record this video. I don't know, it's not the most ideal setup, but I really have just missed making videos a crap ton. The new house is cool and all, but like I really love making videos and like reading the comments and stuff. So while it's gonna be sick when it's all set up, it's not ideal right now, but I did end up canceling that one desk and just overnighting a different one from another company. So I should have a real desk tomorrow, and like videos should be back relatively soon after that. Like a bunch of videos, guys, because I'm super motivated, you know, but until that desk gets here, I'm kind of just stuck uploading on this channel because it's the only one I can do while holding my mic like a weird, you know, horrible stand-up comedian. Regardless of that little update on the channel, I don't know if it's like the new house energy or maybe the full moon or whatever's going on, but my dreams have been so weird lately. I've made 2 other videos about dreams, you know, and just like how weird they are. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's in the air. Maybe it's the fact that 2020 really is like the worst year to have ever existed ever on the history of the planet. But my dreams have been whack lately, dude. Last night, I'm not even kidding, man. I doze off. I'm like, look at me getting some peaceful slumber in my new house. It's gonna be a great night. I was really hoping it was gonna be a great night, dude. And I start having this dream and everything feels pretty normal. It's like a relatively normal day in my house, right? Dude, and then I go on my channel, and I'm Jake Paul. Like, I'm Jake Paul, but I'm not Jake Paul. Like, my name is Jake Paul, but, like, I am Jake Paul. That does not make a lot of sense, so let me try to explain it. Every picture of Jake Paul, everything else about Jake Paul is now me, and I have to, like, live with the fact, and this dream feels real, that I am the internet's biggest douchebag who is out there looting, alright? Like, that's what I have to think that I am. So I'm like, bro, I don't want to be Jake Paul. This is the worst dream ever. Out of every dream you could have, you know, of course I have a nightmare that I'm Jake Paul. Jake Paul is probably like low-key a fan of the channel and is going to watch this and be like, bro, what the hell, man? Why do you think being me would suck? I'm just saying, Jake Paul, you're facing 6 months in prison for trying to turn like a peaceful movement about, you know, a broken system in the United States into like rioting so you can steal stuff even though you're worth $30 million, dude. Like being you low-key sucks, no offense. So I'm now Jake Paul, right? Like I am Jake Paul, which is horrifying. And I'm just chilling in my house and I'm like, oh crap, man, I'm an idiot. Why would I do all this? I don't want to be Jake Paul. Like I'm really gonna have to change a lot about my channel. Like I'm freaking out. And there's a knock on the door and I open the door and it's the police and they're like, all right, Mr. Paul, you're coming with us, because Jake Paul is definitely about to get arrested anytime in real life too. So I'm like, oh no. Oh crap. So I get arrested and I go to jail, right? And like they're processing me and whatever, and it feels real. And I'm like, damn, jail kind of sucks. I'm probably not going to do very well because if you guys know what I look like, I'm definitely not the type of person that would do very well in prison, okay? So like I get into jail and my cellmate is, I'm not kidding you, I don't know how this happened, Susan from YouTube, like Susan Wojcicki, like the lady that says that I can't say naughty words and demonetizes my videos. And I'm like, whoa, that's weird, because I feel like jails and prisons are definitely definitely separated by gender, but like whatever. Orange is the New Black with Miss Susan. It's a vibe, you know. I'm down for like, you know, hanging out. So we start talking to her and she's like, oh yeah, Jake Paul, like you're the worst, saying how much she hates me and all this stuff, but like whatever. I'm like, well, we're gonna be stuck in the cell together, so can we talk about YouTube? And she's like, yeah, sure. So I start talking to her and I ask her about my channel. I'm like, what about this channel? And she says, oh yeah, we're gonna terminate Scrubs and Scrubby, like we don't like him. And I'm like, oh no, even if I was me, like we're both screwed. I'm in jail and Scrubby is screwed. This is horrible. But I don't know if in this universe like Jake Paul was me. Did we just swap places? Like, I might have Freaky Friday with Jake Paul. That's a pretty weird dream. Anyways, me and Susan are in prison, and like I'm like, don't worry, you know, the Scuff Boys are gonna come break me out. And the Scuff Boys is like my podcast. We don't upload a lot. We really should upload more, but it's just like honestly me and my best friends. So for some reason I'm like, yeah, they're gonna break us out. And I don't understand how I got near the ocean, but like from my cell I could see the ocean. So I spend a week in this dream, like just vibing in prison with Susan. And I put this all in my phone notes, otherwise I was gonna forget it, because like I put this all down. So we're in prison and you know, we're just living that prison life, and Susan is a savage in prison. Okay, I don't really know what she's like in real life, but she's starting fights with people and like, you know, doing bad stuff in prison, and I'm just kind of sitting there like, damn, I really wish I wasn't Jake Paul. I miss when I was just me vibing in my house having a good time without rioting. I just really don't understand why Jake Paul had to go looting, bro. Like I really just don't get it. Like what are you stealing, dude? You're worth $50 million. Just go buy it. So whatever, after a little bit in prison one night, it's like me and Susan in our prison cell just vibing, you know, talking about life, and I hear like this noise and I look, and over the ocean I see like a speedboat coming. Like, you know, one of those speedboats that you see the super elite military groups use when they're like trying to be all stealthy. And sure enough, like it pulls up to outside of my cell, and it's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, okay? Like the rip dude, the guy in the Fast and Furious movies, you know, like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, massive dude. He's with my friend Dom from the Scuffed podcast, and Benji, who's like my brother. All three of them are on this boat. What a weird group. Apparently Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson joined my podcast while I was in prison, which, hey man, no complaints. That's some serious clout. I'm moving up in the world. Even in my dreams, The Rock is trying to join my podcast. That's why you gotta hop on now before the hype just gets to be too much. I love how I'm trying to act like I deserve any clout for dreaming that somebody famous knew who I was. Yeah, that's right, guys. I am a clout demon. So whatever, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and my boys put like this stick of dynamite on the outside of my cell and tell me to back up, and they like blow the side off the cell and alarms start going off, and I like hop in the boat, right, to leave, and Susan is like, I'll stay here and distract the guards, and I'm like, Susan, no, you really don't have to stay, like, look, we can hop on the boat, we've got time. And she's like, no, I'll stay. And I'm like, Susan, listen, you know, we've spent some time together in prison, you really don't have to stay. Like, look, I know you've got kids, you know, you got a husband, like, we can leave, like, we're good, Susan. And she's like, no, I must stay. So Susan really sacrificed herself for no reason to like fight off the guards. I hop on the boat with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Benji, and Dom, and I'm like, all right, guys, let's get out of here. I'm really not trying to stay at prison longer than I have to. Like, I'm not feeling sentimental about it. When I'm hopping on this boat, I'm not like, oh man, I'm really gonna miss having to hold onto the soap so tightly in the shower. Like, no, that's really not on my mind. I'm like, yep, I'm totally good to leave prison. We don't have to stay here. So I hop on the boat with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Benji, and Dom, and we leave, and they're like, we've got a safe house, dude. And I don't understand what has happened in the amount of time that I've been in prison, because like right now, you know, we don't have safe houses scattered across the country. We're really just YouTubers doing dumb stuff. But apparently once Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson joined the podcast, these dudes like just became international criminals who are making tons of money because they have a safe house on the coast that we pull up to with like a secret dock. So I'm like, yo, you guys got to explain what's going on, because the last time I talked to you guys, you know, we were just normal dudes, and now you guys have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and are blowing sides in prisons. Like, what's the deal? And you know what I had missed, ladies and gentlemen? You want to know what being Jake Paul had gotten me? My friends and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson had become Power Rangers, because we walk around the corner into the secret hideout, and there's like, aye, Zordon. Like, dude, Zordon is sitting there, and he's like, hey, you know, we already took all the colors for the Power Rangers, so you can't be one, but like, your friend said that you could be an asset to planning, which, sure, like, what? thank you, my friends, for standing up to me and going, look, yeah, I'm gonna take these superpowers. Ryan is screwed, but like, I guess he could be that nerdy dude with the glasses who just sits in the van. So, big thank you. Even in my dreams, I'm not cool enough to be a Power Ranger, dude. My own brain said, yeah, let's keep it a buck, Ryan. You're not a crime fighter. You can be the guy with the glasses who helps him. So, all my friends in Dwayne The Rock Johnson were Power Rangers, and I was not. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit salty about it, because who would not want to be a Power Ranger, dude? Like, all of your friends are now Power Rangers. You're the only one who's not, and they replace you with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Like, it's just an L. So I was kind of upset, but like, whatever. And then I woke up and I was like, dang, that was kind of a weird dream. And I immediately grabbed my phone, because I was like, that was the weirdest dream I've had in a while. And these dreams videos are just kind of a thing on the channel now. It's like the weird series. Every now and then, whenever I got weird dreams or something, I'll just talk about it, I guess. But yeah. I'm sorry videos have been missing, guys. This move has been a lot more stressful than I thought. It took a week longer than I expected to get internet, and my desk isn't here, so I am sorry about that. But big thank you to all of you guys for still supporting the channel. I promise uploads will be back soon, but yeah, that's gonna be it for Dreams 3. If you liked the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It's probably not gonna do very well, because, you know, it's been a while since I uploaded and all that stuff, so if you could take a second to like and comment so this video could do better, I would really appreciate it. And if you don't know what to comment, just comment something about your last dream. Like, tell me what was popping, and we'll see who has the weirdest one. And yeah, on that note, guys, if you want to cop some merch, you really should, because it helps out the channel. And I will see you guys next time with another video. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. Today's notification shout out goes to the very illustrious and occasionally sometimes handsome iDobe Matt. So big thank you for having on notifications. I really do appreciate it. If you want a notification shout out, turn them on, send a screenshot to my Instagram at Scrubby. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time with another video. I'm out. Peace. Oh, and if you really want to be cool, you could listen to the intro song. It's in the description. It's me and my friends. Thank you. Bye.
All right, so before I had gone to bed that night, I had just been sitting in like a server, in the Scuff server, with a couple of my friends. Dark Dom was there, Bumpkin, Fainted, like that group of guys. And we had just kind of been playing Among Us, doing our thing, just vibing, whatever. And I'm going to be honest with you, I have not played a lot of Among Us. Like, the gameplay you're seeing in this story are probably the only times I've ever really played. So I guess for whatever reason, because I was a noob, it was like super present in my mind. I had played that one time with a couple of my IRLs when my best friend, or like my friend, got mad at me, and I had played now, and then I'm in the gameplay. Like, those are the 3 times I've ever really played. So anyways, I guess it's in my subconscious, because I pass out and I like wake up, not wake up, but I like open my eyes and I'm on this bunk bed looking thing, and I look around and everything looks kind of metal and like futuristic-y. And as I'm looking around, just trying to figure out what's going on, because I don't really know what's popping, I walk by, and Benji is there. And it's like the person, not the Discord avatar. And he lives in Norway. So I'm really confused. And he looks at me and like all nonchalantly just kind of explains that we're in Among Us right now. And I guess my own brain thinks I'm dumb enough where I need an NPC giving me a tutorial in my own head. But hey, I'm not sure if I should take that as an insult. Regardless, he kind of tells me that we're like in an Among Us ship and we got to figure out what's going on. And I'm going to be honest, when he tells me this, I'm not really too excited at the idea of playing Among Us, okay? I'm built for telling stories on the internet. I'm not really built to try to figure out who's sabotaging and throwing people out of airlocks. I'm gonna leave that to the professionals like Corpse Husband. I'm just not trying to vibe with any of that. I'm too nice to be accusing people of murder, okay? That's just not on my resume. All jokes aside, dude, when you're when you're like having a dream and one of your best friends tells you that somebody on this ship is an imposter, it doesn't feel too great, because he starts walking around and he tells me that all my other friends are also here, like Dark Dom, you know, Fainted, Bumpkin, Cyrus, all those guys. And for some reason, I don't know why, he also mentions that Jake from State Farm is also in the ship. I actually did recently switch insurance. I don't have State Farm, so I don't know why Jake was there, but regardless, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe this is my brain telling me that I should have gone with State Farm. I made a mistake. Regardless, Jake from State Farm, we're all vibing, doing our things, and I start going and doing my tasks like a good kid, because that's just how I do it. I don't know about you, but I'm a team player in Among Us. You know, I get my tasks done. I try to help everyone succeed. I'm not a selfish type of MVP player. I'm the Tom Brady of Among Us. Some people would say, you know, I don't know who, definitely not anyone I've ever played with, but some people would probably say I'm the Tom Brady of Among Us.
And I'm going about my business doing my tasks, and I'm going to be honest, it felt like the ship was a lot bigger when I was the one walking around it. Like, yeah, in the game, I feel like I've got a good idea now. At first I didn't, but now I kind of know how to get around, dude. But when I was in my dream, dude, I'm lost. I'm like walking into walls and stuff, and I'm sure I'm not usually this dumb, but you try suddenly trying to like be in Among Us, okay? It's just a little bit weird, and it's not, it wasn't like super exciting. It genuinely was kind of boring, because just imagine having a dream where you're walking around like emptying trash cans, dude. I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people think that like, oh, Ryan, you have such vivid dreams, dude. Like, do you dream you're in video games? Yeah, apparently the one time I do, I pick the most boring video game ever, where my job is to just like avoid getting yeeted and fix the electrical system, dude. I basically got the 9 to 5 simulator going out here fixing electrical systems like I'm an electrician. But anyways, as I'm going about my business, emptying the O2, emptying the trash, doing all that stuff, this emergency meeting gets called, and all of a sudden, it's me and everybody, and we're just all around, and Jake starts talking about how he saw someone yeet PewDiePie in the control room, and he knew who it was because he saw him do it, and he points at Dark Dom, and I didn't even realize that PewDiePie had been playing, but apparently he had gotten his comeuppance in the Among Us control room. But Jake from State Farm immediately out the gate just starts throwing accusations at Dark Dom. And listen, I don't know if you guys do this too, but Dark Dom's my boy, bro. We have a podcast together. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to let Jake from State Farm with his ugly khakis and okay insurance come in here and start accusing my homie of, being mean to PewDiePie. Me and all my homies support PewDiePie, so I'm not a fan of Jake from State Farm. You can't come in and just attack my friend and accuse him of some awful stuff. So I turn around and I start yelling at Jake from State Farm that he has to be the imposter because he was so quick to throw out an accusation. I'm not going to throw my friend out of an airlock because I just feel like that would violate bro code. What am I going to do? Hey, Dom, sorry. I know that we said we were best friends, but I'm about to throw you into space. Like, come on, man. Even if he was the imposter, dude, I can't do that to my friend. Maybe that's on me. Maybe that's why I have so many stories about my friends effing me over. But regardless, I can't throw Dark Dom out of an airlock, especially not with Jake from State Farm's word. Like, I don't know this dude. How do I know Jake from State Farm isn't a liar? Have you guys ever met him? I'm just saying, none of us don't know that Jake from State Farm would be really good at making people think that he's telling the truth in Among Us. We've never played with him. Regardless, Jake from State Farm immediately gets super defensive and he starts accusing me of being the other imposter because I'm trying to cover for Dom. So now everybody's just yelling at each other, and this part seemed really familiar because this is just what Discord is like when everybody's just yelling at the same time and you're like trying to pick out beats and pieces and you can only hear certain words from certain people at certain times. Like, it was just a confusing mess. But regardless, eventually we end up deciding that Jake from State Farm has to be the imposter because he got so mad when other people accused him of being the imposter that he has to have been trying to cover it up, which dream logic definitely isn't the best. Yeah, if somebody accused you of yeeting someone, you're probably gonna get a little bit defensive, especially if the punishment is like getting thrown out of the airlock. So my bad, Jake from State Farm, dude. I'm not saying it was the best logic, but we end up throwing Jake from State Farm out of the airlock. It was very sad. Everyone put an F in the chat. I low-key third imposter Jake from State Farm, but it wasn't real. Like, it was a dream. So I don't think it actually counts. Like, yeah, I might have accidentally third impostered a little bit with the iconic insurance salesman, but it is what it is. Nothing you can really do about it, and especially if it's in a dream. Anyways, it's like the next round, and it's me, Bumpkin, and Dark Dom. The Scuffed Cast, which it is a podcast. I'll put a link down below if you guys want to check it out. No pressure, though. But it was me, Bumpkin, and Dom, the Scuffed Boys, going around trying to explore. We're doing all our tasks, and everybody's having a good time. And out of nowhere, Dark Dom disappears for a bit, bro, and it's just me and Bumpkin. And we decided to just go to the reactors, dude. I don't know where Dark Dom went, but me and Bumpkin are just like, hey, we're going to go down to the reactors, do our thing, fix some, because that's just what we do. We take care of this ship. Everybody knows that Scrubby and Bumpkin are the ultimate maintenance duo. Who needs Esteban in the tip tin when you have me and Bumpkin? That's what I'm saying. So we're in the reactors, and Bumpkin's telling me this story or something, and he stops talking, and I turn around, and Dark Dom is just yeeting Bumpkin, bro. Like, absolutely destroying him in the Among Us way, where you just for lack of a better term, just make their head no more anymore be there. Like, he just yeets Bumpkin in Among Us form right in front of me, dude. He didn't even try to hide it. Wasn't trying to be sneaky. Didn't like take him to a corner away so he could hide it. No, he just yeets Bumpkin right in front of me. And I feel so betrayed, dude, because I just defended Dom. Like, I yeeted Jake from State Farm out of an airlock, dude. My car insurance is gonna be through the roof now because of you, Dom. I can never get a rate again. And you just betrayed me? Like, you let me be that dumb, bro? You couldn't even vouch for Jake and not make me look like an idiot? You had to betray me this hard, dude? And the fact that you got Bumpkin? We have a podcast. We're supposed to be cool, dude. You can't be going around eating your teammates. If I was playing Among Us with people from my podcast, and if I was the imposter, I just wouldn't hurt them because that's the bro code, man. You can't be doing that. Yeah, and here he was, straight up betraying the Scuffed Cast. And for what? For what, Dom? What'd you get out of it? Now you're just the bad guy in my story time, dude. And you know what Dom says in my dream, dude? He has the nerve to look at me and go, "You shouldn't have messed with a Reddit YouTuber," and he starts chasing me. So here I am, dude. In real life, I know nobody believes this. I'm 6'3", but here I am. I'm 3'6". I think that's what the Among Us people are, and I'm just trying to run everywhere with my tiny little legs, dude. I didn't know how short people felt when they were trying to exercise, but y'all really got to be feeling like hamsters when you're trying to run. I really do apologize. I sympathize now when people say their legs are getting tired, dude, because trying to outrun an angry Reddit YouTuber is horrifying when you only have tiny legs. Like, I was trying to be frantic. I probably looked like Wile E. Coyote in the cartoons where they're just drawing the legs as swirls because he's trying to run so fast. I'm probably going Mach 10, and he's just on my tail like, "You shouldn't have messed with a Redditor. You shouldn't have messed with a Redditor." And look, Dom is not a neckbeard in real life. Like, yeah, he makes Reddit videos, but Dom is not like a Redditor. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, in my dream, dude, I look back, and this time, he's telling me that I should be afraid of the Redditor, and he has a fedora on. So I don't know what happened to Dom. I don't know if my brain was just like he's secretly a neckbeard. But the man is chasing me with a fedora on, all right? So apparently, for whatever reason, Dom just loses every amount of swag that he has in Dream World. So I'm running, and I'm realizing in my dream that I'm probably about to get crapped on by a Redditor with a fedora, dude. And nothing really makes you disappointed quite like that. Like, I'm not saying I ever expected to be chased through a spaceship by somebody trying to game end me, but if I did, I was really hoping that they wouldn't be wearing a fedora. Like, if I'm gonna go out like that, if I'm gonna go out with some crazy person chasing me, I'd prefer if they were like 6'7" and a super athlete who ran in the Olympics. So that way, when they catch me, I can at least be like, "Well, I tried," you know, a little bit. Sure, I'm gone either way, but like, at least then I can pretend that, "Oh man, you're just better than me." But like, dude, if Dark Dom catches me, I just take the L out here, man. Like, what am I supposed to do? How do I explain that to my grandma when I get up to the pearly gates? "Oh, my bad, the Redditor got me?" No, that's a bad idea. Anyways, I run into the cafeteria with the might of 1,000 men, dude, and I run over to that kitchen table, or the cafeteria table, I guess, and I press the emergency meeting button, and I come in, and it's me, Dom, Ben, no more Jake from State Farm, and then, like, some people I didn't recognize. I don't know, man. Maybe my brain just picked some side characters, dude. We on some main character stuff right now. Hi, I'm gonna interrupt the video for a second. I guess a majority of people who watch these videos aren't subscribed, so if you wouldn't mind taking a second to press the subscribe button and turn on notifications, I'd appreciate it. It's free. You can always unsub, but like, hey, I mean, why not? I post story times, dude. They can't be that bad, right? Regardless, as soon as I call the meeting, dude, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, dude, Jake from State Farm wasn't the imposter, so I think it was Scrubby, dude. I think Scrubby's the imposter, man. I really do." Because I third impostered, and I start telling everybody, no, do not put that foul action on me. Jake from State Farm's blood is on my hands. Yes, that may be true. On accident. I really do respect Jake from State Farm. He's done quite a lot for the insurance community. I mean no disrespect. It was really an accident. I just thought you were the imposter. What was I supposed to do? I was trying to keep my people safe. I gotta do what I gotta do. But ladies and gentlemen, although I might make mistakes, I'll tell you this, I'm not the imposter because it's that guy. And I point over at Dark Dom with his dumb fedora, and he has this smile on his face, dude, and he's like, "Come on, that's so unlikely. Me, the imposter? Are you kidding me? You're gonna have to come up with a better story than that to get people to believe you." And I'm like, "No, we were in the reactors, man. I watched you just straight up yeet Bumpkin. Rest in peace. Rest in pepperoni." And then it happens, man. Like, somebody else asked me, "Why didn't you report down in reactor then? Like, why did you run to to the emergency meeting button. And I'm like, well, he was chasing me. What was I supposed to do? And they all are like, I don't know. That's kind of sus to me. Seems like you were running away from him, like he was trying to report and you tried to report first so that way you couldn't tell on you, or like you vented the cafeteria. Bro, they're all turning on me. I didn't do it. I just watched Dark Dom. Yeet Bumpkin, man. Rest in peace, Bumpkin. 2020 to 2020, dude. It's just a sad day. And I always assumed whenever I was going to be in one of these situations, like the person who was just wrong was going to force Ghost in, like in Star Wars. Like any moment now, dude, a glowing blue version of Bumpkin was just going to stand on the table and be like, no, Ryan tells the truth. I was not betrayed. But even in my dreams, I take L's, man. So I'm just being accused of being the imposter and self-reporting and all this stuff, and I didn't do it. I'm trying to maintain my innocence, but nobody believes me, man, because I did kind of eject Jake from State Farm. Like, I understand their distrust. I really do. It was not intentional. I'm sorry, Jake. I really do regret it. But look, you were being sus, bro. You were just being sus. You were. You accused my friend too fast. I'm too loyal, man. That's what I'm learning from this. I really just have to unfriend every Reddit YouTuber that I know. That's how you avoid these situations in Among Us. Regardless, man, none of them believe me, so the vote comes, and sure enough, I get voted out. And I realize now how Jake from State Farm, truly felt in that moment, man. I was so mad, bro. I was really about to fight Dom, dude. So regardless, I get like tossed out of the airlock, which you're just really never ready for as a person, man. You might think you're ready to just face the blackness of space. It's not too fun. For whatever reason though, like I'm fine. Like I didn't die, which is weird. I feel like if I go out in space with no suit, I've always thought that I was instantly just gonna be like, oh no, no more. But apparently I was fine. I was just chilling, just kind of floating there, dude, just thinking. And then I woke up like a little bit later after floating in space for a bit, and I don't know why, like I didn't realize it was a dream right away, dude. So I picked up my phone, I sent Dom a text basically being like, I hate you, but like I wasn't being serious, I was just like, dude, why did you do that? Like I thought for some reason that he would have also known what happened. I don't know what I was thinking, man. And he just texted me back later that morning and was like, what are you talking about, dude? Like what are you talking about? Among Us last night when we were all playing? And I was like, no, I'll have to tell you later. And so we got in a Discord call. I told him everything. Bumpkin was there too, and they were like, honestly, man, you should probably post that on the Storytime channel.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm not really too sure like what goes on in my brain when I'm sleeping, but every now and then I have a very bizarre dream, and it's not very often I dream about the Scuffed Boys, all right? It's not like a nightly occurrence. But the other night I fell asleep, and I woke up, at least in my dream, in this like cabin thing, and I go out of the room I was in the cabin into this living room thing, and sitting there is Dom and Bumpkin, which are the two co-hosts for my podcast, The Scuffed Cast, which you can find a link to in the description, by the way. Always be plugging. And I'm kind of like, hey guys, what's going on? I guess brain, dream me, didn't notice that anything was there. And they're like, nothing much, man, just woke up. Are you guys ready to record the podcast today? And I'm like, yeah, of course, dude. Absolutely. Are we like get the topics ready? Is everything good to go? And they're like, yeah, we just gotta go on a walk before we can record. And I'm like, all right, that's a little bit weird. Usually before we record one, we're like drinking G Fuel or something, not really going on a walk and becoming one with nature. But hey, if y'all want to go on a walk before we record, that's cool with me. And as we're doing that, Bumpkin is like, I'm gonna go see if the weather's nice outside. And I hadn't looked outside yet, and he goes over and he opens the window, and it's really snowy. And as he's standing there looking at the snow, he goes, oh my god, guys, there's a tiger. And obviously when you're in a cabin, you don't expect there to just be like a tiger chilling outside. So Dom and I get up and we run over to the window, and sure enough, it's like the back of a tiger. There's a tiger kind of just walking through the snow away from the house. And I'm like, oh my god, that's a tiger. That's a tiger. Obviously, I had learned what animals were what at some point in elementary school, and I wanted to make sure everybody knew that I was aware of that. And me and the boys are kind of like, wow, look at that tiger, having a normal conversation. And then out of nowhere, Bumpkin says something that you never want to hear if you and your friends see a tiger. He looks at me and Dom and he's like, I'm gonna go fight the tiger. And whenever your friend says something horrible like that, it's your job as his friend to make sure that he doesn't end up Tiger Kinging himself. Bro, Joe Exotic's gonna throw on the EMT bomber again and just make sure Bumpkin's all right. So I start telling him him, Bumpkin, please don't go fight the tiger, bro. Please don't. And he's telling me and Dom that, trust me, he's got this in the bag. He's got this in the bag, dude. He's been practicing boxing, trust me. And listen, Bumpkin, I don't know if you're gonna see this video, bro. I don't care how much you've been boxing. I don't care if you could knock out KSI and Jake Paul both with one punch. You're not knocking out a tiger, bro. Like, that thing is an apex predator. I read this Wikipedia article one time about this tiger in India that ate like 150 people. I'm sure plenty of them punched the tiger, dude. I'm pretty sure that's probably one of the main methods that they have when being bitten is to try to fight back. I'm just saying, I don't like anyone's odds of fighting a tiger. It's nothing personal. Bumpkin's a very tough guy, big, strong dude, but he's not winning this fight. So me and Dom are begging him not to fight the tiger, and he's just like, no, I can do it. No, I can do it. And then Dom leaves my team, bro. He starts telling Bumpkin, you know what, bro? I think you could do it. Like, I think you might be able to take it. And I look at Dom and I'm basically telling him, like, why do you want Bumpkin to die, bro? Are you kidding me? He is not gonna win a fight against a tiger. And sure enough, now he starts hyping up Bumpkin, telling him that he can do it. He just has to do what they've practiced and whatnot. And I'm like, y'all are practicing fighting tigers? When do you guys do this? And sure enough, Bumpkin is hyping himself up, and he opens the door and runs outside and starts just going to the tiger. And as I'm watching him walk up to the tiger through the window, I'm yelling at Dom. I'm like, dude, we're about to watch Bumpkin die. Sick. Thanks, man. Like, this was so awesome. This is going to make a great podcast topic. I'm all annoyed, bro. I'm getting ready to call 911. It's a dream, though, to be fair. I think in real life, we would just, A, not be fighting a tiger, and B, hoping my friends would not be stupid enough to fight a tiger. And he walks up to the tiger, and the tiger turns around, and it, like, starts snarling at him. And then something unexpected happens, bro. Usually, this is the point in real life where, you know, the human becomes tiger food. Oh no, rest in peace. He was such a smart guy, except for the part where he jumped in the tiger cage. But no, dude, Bumpkin just starts 1-2 comboing this tiger, dog. He starts wrecking it like it's no big deal. Just bow, bow, bow. The tiger's Nate Robinson. Bumpkin is Jake Paul. I am watching Bumpkin just beating this tiger, dude. And for about a minute, Dom and I are just like, oh my God, because he is just messing up this tiger. And the weird thing about the tiger is it's not like doing tiger things, you know, like lunging on him and trying to bite him. It's like standing on its hind legs trying to hit him back, which for some reason at the time in my dream I didn't think was bizarre. Like, now in retrospect, that's when I should have known something was off, because tigers don't stand up on their back legs and start trying to punch people back. At least I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. Like, imagine if that was how it went down. When a tiger's trying to eat you, if you just challenge him to mutual combat, he has to get up on his back legs and have a boxing match with you. I still don't like my odds, but you know, Bumpkin is boxing this tiger, and finally the tiger goes down and stops responding. You know, it doesn't get back up, and Bumpkin comes back into the house, bro. He's all out of breath, and he's like, guys, I messed up. You really gotta come see this. You really gotta come see this. And sure enough, I'm like, all right, you just knocked out a tiger, but sure, show me. Let's see what you messed up on. For someone that literally just knocked out like a 300-pound cat, you're acting calm. So we go out there and we walk over, and something that I didn't notice before is that this tiger has like a bandana on, like, I don't really know, handkerchief, kind of looks like Fred from Scooby-Doo looking thing, an ascot. And Bumpkin and Dom are like, oh no, but clearly they know something that I don't know, because I'm still confused. I'm like, what's the big deal, guys? Like, what's the situation? Why are we freaking out? And Dom looks at me and he's like, do you not recognize the tiger? And you know, as much as I would love to say that my time falling asleep to Animal Planet has given me some leg up in the veterinary world, I just don't think that's the case, because I'm not recognizing this tiger, bro. Maybe it was one of the ones from the Siegfried and Roy Magic show at one point, but I say no. And then Bumpkin and Dom are both like, bro, it's Tony the Tiger. And then I look, and sure enough, it's Tony the Tiger from like the box of Frosted Flakes, passed out on the lawn of this like cabin thing we rented in the snow. And so I start laughing. I'm like, bro, you knocked out Tony the Tiger, because, you know, at the time I didn't know this. It was very serious, but I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, what are the odds that you're gonna get in a fight with a cereal mascot and win? But Dom and Bumpkin are not laughing. They don't think it's funny, and they're like, Ryan, are you stupid? Why do you think this is funny? And clearly I missed the memo, so I start asking them how it's not, and they say that like the scuffed episode we were supposed to record today was, Tony the Tiger being interviewed by us. And I'm like, Bumpkin, why the hell did you come out here and fight our podcast guest then? You guys knew that we were gonna have Tony the Tiger on the podcast, but then when there's a tiger on the lawn, you guys just go out and start beating it. Do you not see how that's a very bad idea? Nobody told me that, oh, nah, it makes sense there's a tiger out there because we're having one on the podcast. Did none of you think? And they're just looking at me like, dude, I don't know what to do. Dude, I don't know what to do. So we decide that we're gonna like take him into town to the vet and leave him outside and like just drive back because we don't want to get in trouble for beating up Tony the Tiger. Are you kidding me? He's an American icon. Obviously, I didn't beat him up, bro, but Bumpkin's my homie. I don't want him to get in trouble for fighting Tony the Tiger, dude. The last thing he needs is a scandal where like he's single-handedly responsible for giving a cereal mascot brain damage. So me, Bumpkin, and Dom like are picking up unconscious Tony the Tiger. We load him into the back of the truck that we had. I don't know whose truck it was, but whoever it was, thank you for letting us borrow it, bro. And we start like driving into this town, and Dom is giving us directions on how to get to this like veterinary clinic, right? And we're going around and we finally get to the vet and we look in the back of the truck, and like as we're looking in the back, Tony the Tiger starts waking up from this beating that Bumpkin has given him. And so we're kind of like, because he starts moving, and he's like, because he's waking up in the back of a truck with a headache and 3 guys screaming at him. And for some reason, Bumpkin gets out of the car and punches him again and knocks him back out. And Dom and I are like, dude, why did you hit him again? He was waking up. All right, guys, I'm going to interrupt the story time for just 1 second. On screen now is a PlayStation gift card. I actually give one of these away every single video here on this channel as a way to say thank you to everyone subscribed with notifications on. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications. It is much appreciated. I literally give away free money, so you got nothing to lose. And yeah, if you are one of the people that is already subscribed with notifications on, just know you guys help out the channel an absolute ton, and it's much appreciated. And on that note, I'll shut up and get back to the story. Enjoy. And Bumpkin is like, dude, I don't know, I was scared. I didn't want him to recognize us and tell him that it was like the Scuffed Boys who knocked him out. And we're like, you're so dumb, but whatever, fine. So we unload Tony the Tiger and we're leaving him in front of the vet, and we go back, we get in the truck, and as we're leaving, this person in scrubs comes out and starts yelling at us. So we're like, crap. So for some reason we stop the truck, and Logan Paul is in the scrubs, and he walks over to us and he's like, did you guys knock out Tony the Tiger? Did you guys knock out Tony the Tiger? And Dom's like, I didn't do it. Bumpkin did it. I didn't snitch. All right, I guess in my dream, Dom was just trying to snitch on Bumpkin. That was pretty ice cold, bro. I was trying to help him get rid of Tony the Tiger, but hey, that's why I'm the best person on Scuffed. It's a simple fact. Regardless, dude, so Logan Paul is kind of like, well, tigers get knocked out all the time, so just take him back with you. And we're like, what are you talking about? And he starts saying that Tony the Tiger likes to fight, so he deals with this all the time. Eventually, he'll wake back up and to just deal with it. And we're like, no, dude, we're not taking an unconscious tiger back with us. Like, you're gonna take care of him. And he's like, no, I'm not. You guys are. And at that point, we're like, all right, okay, bye. And we just start driving away, bro. And Logan Paul is yelling at the car. He's like, get back here and get the tiger. Get back here and get the tiger. And we're like, no, we don't know what to do with an unconscious tiger, bro. So we leave, we go back to the house, and we're just kind of hanging out talking about how crazy it was. And then there's a knock on the door, and Bumpkin goes and he answers it, and Tony the Tiger's there, and he's like, hey guys. And we're like, oh, hey, what's up? And he's like, sorry about earlier this morning, I just sometimes get in a mood and like to fight. Is it okay if we still record the podcast? And all of us are kind of like, do you remember this morning? And Tony the Tiger is like, yeah, Bumpkin and I got into a fight. You guys loaded me into the back of the truck, took me to the vet. You guys argued with the vet for a bit. Like, apparently homie remembered the entire thing, and for some reason still really wanted to come on the podcast, bro, which, I personally, and I'm not Tony the Tiger, I can't speak for him. If I was ever gonna go on a podcast and they greeted me by knocking me out unconscious, putting me in the back of a car, abandoning me at a hospital, and just being like, your problem now, I wouldn't exactly go back and want to be on their podcast. For some reason, Tony the Tiger, though, like, must have just been in the mood to talk for a bit, because he was hell-bent on being on the podcast. So obviously we're kind of like, sure,
sure, yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know why not. And then me, Dom, and Bumpkin proceeded to record a podcast with a cereal mascot that we had earlier knocked out twice, and then left with Logan Paul, who didn't want to take care of him, and for some reason he was super chill about it. Really did not seem too bothered. Anyways, guys, I think that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. I know this series is a fan favorite. They don't get a ton of views, but I know all the loyal people really like it, so thank you guys so much for that. I really do appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed, if you wouldn't mind taking a quick second to just press the like button, it does help the video do better, and it is very, very much appreciated, and leaving a comment helps even more. If you don't know what to comment, just go ahead and comment your favorite cereal down below. Maybe we can get a chain going. Sorry if it's Frosted Flakes. If y'all want more content, you can check out the Scuffed Cast. I'll put a link to it down in the description, or there's also a link to the intro song down there if you boogied with it and you feel like giving it a listen. The only other link you need to know about down there is, of course, the link to the merch store. It's pretty fire if you ask me, even though, you know, I'm pretty biased. Instagram's at Scrubby, Twitter's at Scrubby_69, and yeah, on that note, guys, I think that's gonna do it for the video. Hopefully I'll see you guys next time with another one. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.